Welcome back to today's sad reality. I skipped a day of sad reality recording. That's because, quite frankly, I am tired and I get bored. And this game's already really loud. I love you, Ninja Kiwi, but it'd be nice if there was more than just sound off or on. Shout out to my Dart Monkey. This game is so peak. And there's no like auto start round. That's crazy. I'm actually about to get so many tac towers though. That's really all I'm about to do for now. Or was it bombs that were overpowered? I remember seeing an easy speedy run where you just like optimize this. I thought it was tax. 99 money awarded. Insane. Oh, and there are upgrades. I forgot. What? They have upgrades in the first edition of the game. And there's also one that's also like Angry Birds-esque. But for now, we are playing Bloons Tower Defense. Yesterday was a day. Nothing too crazy. We had some dumb customers, but that's normal, I guess, is probably the best way of putting it. Also, you can't just drag and drop. You have to click and then click again. Ooh, riveting gameplay, I must say. Um, my boss drives me crazy, and I love him. But also, like, it was funny one day where he was giving me, like, a whole lecture on being humble and workplace politics and stuff. And then that same day, I walk in and he's complaining about the high schoolers that called off because they weren't like they're supposed to be there yesterday morning to work, and then both of them called off like an hour before. Um, so it's like that's annoying. But then beyond just complaining about it, what he did after that was basically the equivalent of like, oh hey, you're so awesome because you show up on time and do all this other stuff, and he's like yapping about this all over the on the radio. Like I'm about to lose a life. No. This really is a Bloons Tower Defense. Could I have placed another Dart Monkey? Yes. Do I need to? Maybe. No, you go right here. I wonder if this version has lead balloons. That would be the first riveting thing. I'm like, do we have gameplay mechanics, or is it just a very simple idea that then evolves into a multi-million-dollar game? That'd be kind of crazy, right? Where does Genius start from? Where does it end? Where does it go? Cotton Eye Joe. I've been watching a lot of manga and watching manga. I've been reading manga lately. I actually read my first manga ever, Kimono Giga. Was a big fan of that. I thought it was interesting, but nothing too crazy. Um, I just really liked it. Read all 89 and a half chapters in like 3 sittings, and then now I'm gonna probably forget about it until maybe I make a YouTube video about it. Who knows? Um, And then, other than that, I've been watching an anime called Shangri-La Frontiers, which is kind of like, uh, it makes fun of the whole MMORPG genre, but also like, it's really well made. I definitely recommend it if you get a chance. That's what I spent my day doing yesterday for reference. That's why I didn't do anything, because I was like, well, you know what? I'm having fun. I'm doing other things, and yeah, shout out to my homies on the internet who give me ideas that I actually enjoy, I guess. I feel like other people are like, oh, hey, I want you to play this game because I enjoy it, versus like, I want you to play this game because you'll enjoy it, you know? Speaking of the me versus you, like the consideration, customer that this absolutely pisses me off when customers like point at you and then do like the finger of like, come closer, I need you, I need your help, whatever. And I'm like, can we please treat people like they're human beings and not children and or actually their age. I also got, insert obligatory commentary about my parents, but I'll do that later, I guess. I'm gonna lose. I have 24 lives left. I am not doing too well with this. What happened with the text? Didn't miss everything. Already bought. Wait a second, that's it? It's one upgrade. Okay. I wonder how crazy the extra attack range is. Well, it did seem pretty noticeably increased for whatever I just did. A lot of balloons games can be beaten literally just by spamming the same gimmick over and over. Like you just find one gimmick and it's like, oh yes, this works. This will be my entire personality for the entirety of this game. Anyways, back to customers. It was one of those like pointing at me, like come over here. She's on the phone doing other things, so she can't even tell me to come over there because she's too busy with other things. Goes up to the soccer shin guards, asks me, she's like, "Are these for my kids' shins?" Yesterday I was like, okay, well, it's gonna be a day. Yesterday I started off well, and then that happened, and I was like, okay, it's whatever. Um, Customers are customers, I guess. And for as much as I complain about people in my life that I know, I think to be fair, it's also very easy to complain about those people, just because like we know them well, we know what like their issues are. But then when you see random people, it's like strangers are even stranger than all the other people in our lives, I guess. But yesterday it goes from that to then a customer complaining that she wasn't being helped in a timely manner, and then spends like another 5 or 10 minutes lecturing our store assistant manager about that. And I'm like, perhaps if there was a little bit of consideration as to the amount of time going into things, perhaps we would have already gone and left and or not had this conversation in the first place if time really was of utmost importance here. But I guess that's relative, Einstein said time is relative, so start round. What round am I at? 16. Wow. You just want to shove a bunch of attacks into a bunch of corners and then pray that they work. Like, this is not optimal, I don't think, but I don't know. Sometimes it's like, if all, is it 8? 1, 2, 3, is it 7? Should be 8, right? Am I doing math? Yeah, it's 8. Um, it's like trying to count versus literally just counting the number of, like, stubs on the end of this. My goal is to get all of those to hit as consistently as possible, so that you maximize DPS, you maximize the efficiency of each tower. Um, if you can't do that, you're not playing very efficiently. Where are my upgrades? And I guess I can't put this down unless I actually place it. Okay. I wonder if this game has any bugs in it. Any exploits in the original Balloons tower defense. But you actually have to download Flash in order to be able to play this. This is the Ninja Kiwi archive off of Steam. It's free. So if you're ever extremely bored like I am some days, that's a really good way to waste your time. Um, but other than simply, I guess, having customers yesterday that were interesting. I was talking with one of my friends who knows a lot more about depressants and stimulants than I do, I should say, and I've definitely realized that caffeine is like not a good thing for me. I think, as in like the effects can in fact be kind of scary. I need another attack. Do we just keep grinding here? Yeah, we're fine. We're chilling. Look at those tags. They're doing numbers. They're doing numbers, I say. Oh, please don't lose right now. Now is not the time to lose. Can we get an upgrade, please? Did I? Huh? Where did the upgrade menu go? Am I crazy? Can you only get like a certain number of upgrades? Is that a thing too? Anyways, I was thinking about that. I was like, this is probably not a good thing to do. But it's kind of hard to pass up like an energy drink or just like, hey, do you want my peach flavored Greek yogurt? Sure. Do you want a Celsius? Sure. Why say no to a good thing unless it's actually a bad thing in disguise? Ooh, business. Be afraid of big business, big corpo. Okay, I bought that while the thing was invisible. That's what it was. Did we lose? We lose. GG's. Try again. Maybe. Round uno, por favor. speed fast. Wish I was fast. Sucks that I am slow. Some days feels like my mental is slow. Such as today, I got up, like, actually at a decent time, and then I sat there for 4 hours doing, like, nothing, just grinding MMORPG idle games, because that's what my life is. But you know what? I enjoy it, so maybe. It's kind of weird. I feel like the world's evolved in a way where we've tried to optimize the way that which we waste our lives away, and I'm like, that's certainly an interesting way at which humanity has evolved. Or, I guess to look at it more pessimistically, the evils that plague humanity have evolved, which oftentimes, I guess, are our own downfalls, our own weird things. Also, I have no idea if you can hear the vacuum in the background. It's funny, yesterday I also was like waiting to do stuff because vacuuming, cleaning, and stuff in the background. And then I was like, okay, I'll wait, and I just got tired. Oh no, the streak is broken. Dang it. Oh well. It's always a battle trying to figure out what to do next with something like this channel, where you're like, what works, what doesn't work? Is there something that I want to work? Is there something even that do I care about this working? Kind of. It is what it is, I guess. So, I don't know. I feel like today was a very, like, I'm not saying anything meaningful or useful, so. Thanks for listening to today's sad reality. I'm so glad I could waste your time for no reason. Relative to the last video I recorded, I guess life moves on. I don't know. You see enough evil in the world and then you just kind of get used to it. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in tomorrow's sad reality, and have a good one, y'all.